Russia remains one of the major trading partners for Kazakhstan. The trade turnover between the two countries totaled more than $17 billion in 2018. Entrepreneurs of Akhtubir region are successfully operating in the Russian market. There are more than 700 foreign companies in the region, and half of them are Russia-invested enterprises. The Kazakh entrepreneurs are enhancing beneficial cooperation with the Russian Orenburg region. Producers from both countries will have a chance to expand the export capacities during the second industrial fair titled Made in Kazakhstan and held as part of the International Forum. Orenburg region is the heart of Eurasia. The event is expected to be held in October.
По итогам 2018 года у нас порядка $1,5 миллиарда сложилось.
We exported products worth $1.5 billion in 2018. Our main exporting items are metallic ores and chrome concentrate. Meanwhile, we import several food products, timber and construction materials. As part of our cooperation, Akhtubir region is actively enhancing cultural, social and economic ties with Orenburg region. Kazakhstan is another cross-border region. Pavlodar enhances cooperation with Russia and other Eurasian Economic Union member states. Large exporters include the local calcinated petroleum coke manufacturing plant and caustic soda and chloralkali production enterprise. Both production facilities are located in Pavlodar Special Economic Zone. Two more export-oriented enterprises are expected to be commissioned in the region, such as aluminum foil and extrusion manufacturing plant, as well as light alloy car disc manufacturing enterprise.
Из 100% произведенной продукции 40% приходит.
40% of the manufactured products are exported abroad. We expand the range of exported products every year. At the moment, we export more than 16 types of products. In general, among the Eurasian Economic Union countries, more than 80% of our export is attributed to Russia, which shows that Russia is our main export partner.
То есть наши основные партнеры по экспорту это Россия.
Local entrepreneurs are negotiating the terms of a contract with a transnational Italian company aimed to construct a chemical reagents and fuel additives plant. It is expected to become a breakthrough project with $2.5 billion of direct investment. Pavlodar farmers are experimenting with sugar beet. New varieties of vegetables are sown in the fields of the northern region. The farmers are focusing on the seeds of the German selection. They give high yield. In these climatic conditions, more than 50 tons of sugar beet could be grown per hectare. Moreover, this beet has high sugar content, specifically up to 20%, experts say.
Познать эту культуру.
We are studying this crop and technology of cultivation. In the future, it depends on how the market and the yield will turn out. We want to grow the beet fruits on the irrigated area. Therefore, we expect that we will get a better yield. Further, we will see how the market reacts. It is highly unprofitable for Pavlodar farmers to grow sugar beets and transport them to processing enterprises in the south of the country. Therefore, they highly rely on the sugar factory, the construction of which will soon begin in the region. According to the results of early harvesting, there will be selection of the varieties that will be recommended to our agricultural producers to provide raw materials for the future sugar factory. The company will be located on the territory of the Aksu industrial zone. The plant capacity is 6,000 tons of beets per day. The plant will produce 100,000 tons of sugar per year. This will cover up 20% of the republic's needs.
Қант зауыты Ақсу қаласының төңірегінде орналасатын болады. Бүгінгі күнде 70 гектар жер бөлінді.
70 hectares of land was allocated for construction of the sugar factory. Today, the feasibility study was developed by the largest Russian company. This company is one of the world's leaders in construction of such enterprises. After completion of the feasibility study, the development of design and estimate documentation will be prepared. The construction is scheduled for 2019 to 2021.
Қазір таңда техника экономикалық негізін біткеннен кейін біз сметалық құжаттамасын дайындаймыз.
A farmers' association will supply the sugar beet to the company. The association consists of 10 farms where 8 varieties of sweet root vegetables will be grown. Specialists say that in order to ensure a stable raw material base, it is necessary to sow 15,000 hectares of arable land with crops. Kazakh female entrepreneurs will soon participate in the 2019 International Horticultural Exhibition in Beijing. They are the winners of a social project and have received business development grants aimed to empower women in rural areas. One of these women, Nur-Sultan, has set up a kımız dairy factory. She came up with new solutions after introducing new production technologies. The mare's milk used to be mixed manually, and now the mixing process is automated. The wooden mortar is smoked as it has antibacterial properties and gives unique taste to the beverage. I have worked here for 12 years. I monitor the milk yields and I'm involved in kımız production. The working conditions are great. I am from Kyrgyzstan's Osh region. My father used to have horses. My mother taught me to make kımız. She used to say if kımız is delicious, then people would be grateful. The production facility is located 40 kilometers away from the Kazakh capital. Nur-Sultan spent $4,000 of grant money to purchase refrigerators. The businesswoman is set to visit Beijing in order to establish contacts and adopt new technologies. I'm assuming they have technologies of growing beneficial herbs for horses that can make my kımız more delicious and enrich it with health enhancement qualities. Shulpanay arrived in the village of Akbulakh in Karaganda region from Uzbekistan. The woman started her business with a small greenhouse and now she owns several of them. The entrepreneur grows tomatoes and herbs. This season she planted 5,000 cucumber bushes and expects high yield. Shulpanay also trains her fellow villagers and has established an agricultural union.
I
can satisfy Karaganda region's cucumber demand and even export them because our cucumbers are in high demand in Russia and China. I also want to start growing strawberries. Beijing is the largest strawberry producer. I want to learn their technologies and see the way they grow their berries. The total of 20 women will go to Beijing. Many of them have started their businesses in rural areas. They have created jobs and started applying green technologies in their production cycles. Meetings, presentations, and tours to the Chinese agricultural and greenhouse enterprises are expected to be held as part of the trip.
Decorative artwork of Tajik masters with different unique and bright colors presents the beauty and traditions of Tajik people. In Tajikistan, 2019 is declared as the year of development of village and folk crafts. Special attention is paid to the preservation and promotion of ancient traditions. Doro Niozov is a true successor of a unique craft, wood carving. He has been carving wood for 35 years, although he said that he is still honing his wood carving skills.
Резьба по-дереву в основном у нас идет по наследству из где-то 5 век до нашей эры.
Art of wood carving has been passed down from generation to generation since the 5th century BC. My grandfather used to do wood carving and then followed by my uncle. Now my nephews and I carve the wood.
Мои братья, мои племянники, с поколения с поколением пришел и идет дальше.
Wood carving masters say that today craft works in the Republic are not just a tribute to ancient traditions, but are also a great opportunity for locals to start a business. For example, the ethno product made in this workshop is in great demand. This ancient art has become our family business. We do everything from drawing, wood carving, stone craft, and brickwork. For example, all of these crafts are harmoniously intertwined in this place. It took 1 year and 2 months in order to finish working on this facility. There is demand for our works not only in Tajikistan but also in European countries. Asian countries are also showing their interest. We are going to visit the United Arab Emirates in order to organize an exhibition and showcase our works there. Today, artisans enjoy the support in Tajikistan. The opening of special workshops is encouraged by the Tajik government. People who are doing this type of business are exempt from taxes for up to 5 years.
Karakol is one of the largest winter recreation centers in Central Asia. Today, it is a perfect place for lovers of skiing, snowboarding, and free riding. For the past 4 years, the popular Kyrgyz ski resort has been voted one of the top 10 winter sports centers among the Commonwealth of Independent States. This place attracts both foreign and local tourists.
Здесь побывал весь Кыргызстан, начиная от Баткенска.
I've been everywhere in Kyrgyzstan, including Jalalabad, the Batken region, Chu, and Issyk. It is great seeing how the ski resort is developing and offering a wider variety of services for the Kyrgyz people.
Полноценным отдыхом даже для кыргызстанцев.
We love it, of course. Very nice people especially. Very friendly, very welcoming. Yes, we do. We go skiing in United States and in Italy a lot. We've never been skiing here, but this is inspiring for the future.
The unique winter resort with its natural conditions is located at an altitude of 2,300 meters above sea level. The mild climate and a large number of sunny days allows the place to welcome the guests from November to April. Last season alone, over 25,000 people visited the ski resort. Kazakhstan has ambitious plans to develop its tourism. The Kazakh government is set to grow the number of tourists from the current 7 million to 15 million people per year by boosting investment to 2 trillion tenge in the next 7 years. Local officials are all working to implement tourism programs in a variety of regions. In Pavlodar region, the focus is put on 3 projects aimed to increase visitors of the Baikonur Airspace Station and guests of the local health improvement resort and development of beach tourism.
Бұл жерде агротуризмді, этнографиялық та, тарихи туризмді бәрін осы жерден қозғаймыз. Сосын және ақпараттық осы арада.
We are set to develop agricultural, ethnic and historical tourism and offer multiple fun activities such as boat trips and horseback riding. Another attraction for tourists is the healing properties of Lake Khamastabas. The number of tourists has been increasing in the past years. We're also planning to develop winter tourism.
Адамдар, демалушылар жылдан жылға көбеюде. Болашақ осындай мына ауылымызға газ келсе енді қыстық туризмді дамытуға мүмкіндігіміз бар.
Логистика өте тиімді, қолайлы деп айтуға болады.
We have an opportunity to establish a logistics center here. The Western Europe and Western China International Transit Corridor and the Seksiyurjus-Kazgan Railway link go through the district, and this creates a number of advantages for tourism development.
Арал ауданы ішінен Seksiyurjus-Kazgan темір жолы өтті.
Construction of a large-scale tourist facility was launched on the shore of the Caspian Sea. An investment project with 57 billion tenge will be commissioned by 2020 in Aktau. The new facility is expected to feature a water park, sport fields and a congress hall.
Proje hazırladık. Bu projemiz Aktau şehir merkezinden yaklaşık
We laid the capsule of a tourist facility which will have the area of about 2.2 million square meters and is located about 20 kilometers away from Aktau. The construction will be completed in 5 stages. We will construct a hotel with 500 rooms, including 40 luxurious suites and 60 bungalows. Other facilities include a water park and playgrounds, including a golf pitch. A large lagoon with heated water will also be built here. 1.5 million travelers are expected to visit eastern Kazakhstan this year. Tourists are mostly attracted to the Bukhturma water reservoir. Local residents are proposing to turn the locality into a resort area. Entrepreneurs believe that the official status will allow to attract investments into the region. There are more than 120 recreational facilities in the Altai district. Over the past 5 years, 42 new facilities have been built here and 4 more are under construction.
В этом году планируется правительством принять государственную программу.
This year, the government is set to adopt a state program aimed at tourism development, which is expected to identify the top 10 and the top 50 priority tourist destinations in Kazakhstan. These will be under special control of the government. The top 10 will include the shore of Lake Alakol, and the top 50 will include the Bukhturma Reservoir. Experts believe that the government's support will allow to promote both summer and winter recreations, as tourism will become one of the drivers for Kazakhstan's economy. 8th Annual Eurasian Higher Education Leaders Forum was held in Nur-Sultan, bringing together 300 delegates from 12 countries. The event participants discussed some of the best international practices and latest developments in the education sector. The conference participants learned how to build capacity of the future leaders and adapt universities to the changing labor market.
I believe that the education has to provide broad understanding of culture and language and history and narrative so that we can communicate across cultural lines. But then the education also has to give sufficient what I refer to as domain knowledge or expert knowledge to get the student their first job. And so you need the social stability is created by giving the students an understanding of societies and cultures.
Kazakh designers demonstrated the latest fashion trends at a fashion show in the capital of Kazakhstan. The visitors could enjoy the manifestation of the elegant and unusual design solutions, beautiful fabrics, and handmade embroidery. Every fashion designer expressed their own unique style, vision, and taste. The show organizers highlighted that the demand for clothing lines by the local Kazakh designers is growing. The designers are also taking time to create more ready-to-wear lines for women, men, and children. Over the past 5 years, the number of Kazakh fashion designers has increased. Many of them are growing popular not only in Kazakhstan but in other markets as well. The number of designers has grown. Creative designers often learn from the best in the industry. They study in the best schools of the world and they bring their knowledge back to Kazakhstan and challenge the fashion culture here. If we want to develop our local fashion industry, then we need to first develop our manufacturing and light industry across the country. This is a handmade piece. Only Hindu men can make it. Therefore, it is highly valued. They manually embroider the fabrics like velvet, linen, and silk. It takes a long time. We're presenting such an exclusive collection here. We showcase these pieces in Monaco, Italy, and France. We also organize annual shows in Moscow and in Dubai.
Делаем ежегодные транк-шоу в России, в Москве, в Дубае.
One of the most awaited cultural events of the year in Kazakhstan is the traditional Astana Evenings International Festival. Well-known world-class performers have prepared 5 unforgettable musical evenings to the audience. The festival has long been famous for its genre diversity, featuring classical, folk, jazz, and pop music.
На протяжении вот такого большого периода, пока существует фестиваль, его посетило около 30.
During festival's long history, nearly 30,000 listeners and spectators have been to our concerts. Millions of people have watched our concerts because we broadcast them in 116 countries. What is unique about our festival? Well, we strive to make high art accessible to everyone.
Мы стремимся, чтобы высокое искусство было доступным для всех.
This year, the festival was opened by one of the best opera singers of Kazakhstan, the winner of many international competitions, Medya Chotabayev. He dedicated a speech to his Italian teacher. World famous artists took part in the concert.
Сегодня концерт приурочен педагогу Марио Милани.
The concert is held to commemorate my teacher Mario Milani. I would also like to pay tribute to my first teachers because they helped perfect my skills. We will perform excerpts from operas, arias, and duets.
Произведения, отрывки из опер. Это арии, дуэты. Мы будем меняться в дуэтах.
Участвуют просто мегазвезды.
The concert will feature performances by the leading singer of the Bolshoi Theatre of Russia, Anna Aglatova, the guest soloist of Mariinsky Theatre, Natalia Pavlova, and people's artist of Uzbekistan, Ramiz Usmanov. The festival will end on the 7th of June with an outstanding instrumental concert titled For Pianos and a Viola, which will feature timeless classical hits as well as other musical performances.